Here we are, vlog number, because I can't remember, 66 I think it is. Do you know, I was looking the other day and I found this, and what it is last year's Christmas lunch, dinner menu from here at the Motor West Studios. Starters, foie gras served with fig and apricot bread. Blimey, it's a bit much. Bit of a Q&A thing here, so a few things which I've had questions of, okay? And the first one is, do you prefer playing guitar or bass? Well, if you'd have asked me a few years ago, I definitely would have said guitar, right? Nowadays, I think I play bass virtually all the time, hardly pick up a guitar, although I got a new guitar for Christmas for the first time in years. So, and I think because I've been playing bass so long, my fingers really struggle now playing guitar. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about playing guitar again. Will I ever play in a band guitar again? Blimey, it's been years. But yeah, I guess so, probably. So I think the answer is I probably prefer playing bass more. So there you go. What was your best gig? Well, that's a tricky one. There's been a few which really would fall into that category. There was a gig with Cosmic John we did, which was at an end of season fruit picking thing, and we were the band on, and there was all these Eastern European girls jumping up on the stage, having a great time, and it was fantastic. It was one of those gigs. Also, this year I played at a Napoleonic fort for a wedding, which again was just fantastic. I think as a place to play, I don't think you beat that. Although there was another wedding that we did with Downright Liberty, which was a castle, and we played at another wedding. Blimey, weddings are getting here. At this castle, and it was fantastic. Funny enough, somebody said to me the other day they met somebody who was actually there, so they know I was there. When was your first gig? My first gig was in 1972 with the band Silver Waters. Interesting gig. What was the first ever thing I ever did on stage, and everybody walked off. No, not on stage, everybody, the whole crowd left. It was John Maxfield's disco, and we had a spot in it, and everybody went. So that wasn't a good one. That was my first gig. What was your worst gig? Yeah, well, there's been a few of them, as you can well imagine, over a career stretching into 5 decades. That's a real tough one. Well, funnily enough, we did play at an open air thing here in France at a lake, and that was hilarious because there was only 2 people there, and it was outside. There's all these tables out there. We were playing. Nobody was there to watch. But then again, the same thing happened in Sheerness in England, and it was for the festival. And we played on the back of a trailer, and all this big open field in front of us, nobody, because it was pissing up with rain. All we had was a couple of seagulls watch us. There was the time where all these guys came running past, and we thought, oh, we got a crowd at last as you're playing away. But it wasn't. They were the lifeboat crew, and they were on a shout, and they waved as they went past, which is nice. I might have mentioned that one before, but there you go. Are there any musicians you wouldn't play with again? In all of my years, I've only met one. And I certainly wouldn't say who it is. But, yeah, one person. Yeah. And when you consider that person, there's got to be jerk of the century. Yeah, he was a horrible person, and yeah, just one person. Yeah, when was that? I'm not going to say, but yeah, I don't think he'd want to play with me again either. Nearly twatted him last time I saw him, so yeah. Anyway, So that really takes a bit of doing, because it takes a lot to rile me. But he was a horrible, horrible, horrible individual. I'm not going to harp on about that. In fact, I might edit that bit out, because that's really bad. So, it's coming up for Christmas. I'm really looking forward to it this year, as I do every year. I'm hoping to get some real hair for Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to get that, though. Get these man rubs, can't you? You know, it's and your hair's supposed to come back. I actually don't believe it. What about stem cells? Stem cells seems to be to work for everything else. How about that? No, I don't think so either. Health-wise, pretty good at the moment. Yeah, I'm feeling really, really good, which is brilliant. I've got to have my flu jab tomorrow. I should have had it done about a week ago, but I had a cold, and the doc said, "Oh, Nicolas, it is pas possible pour le épicure maintenant," because I had a cold. But I read about it, and it says you can have it when you've got a cold. Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. I've also put this bit of music together. And what it is, it's just soundtracks of stuff that I've done since 1972. Various tracks, and they're just audio only. There's no video with them. It's like an old-fashioned album of stuff I've worked on, whether it be with bands or solo. And I might put that. I started to put it together just recently, and I'll put that online too. What else is there? Anyone else? Any other questions? Oh yeah, why do you live in France? Right, okay, I'm an English guy. I live in France. I retired a few years ago. When I lived in England, I had quite a stressy job at one point, and my blood pressure got a bit high. And I thought, I don't like that. Don't like high blood pressure. So took it easy for a while. I had a really nice little job. It was like being back to a boy again. It was fantastic. I loved it. And anyway, one day we decided, look, you know, we can go and live in France, buy a little house, and have an easier life. And that's really what we've done. Although 10 years down the line, I want to go home, Judy doesn't. Mind you, she's coming round. She is. And with that, see you next week. Be seeing you. Oh, and thank you to all the new followers, subscribers, and what have you. And I'll be putting a link to all you guys that I think who are wonderful, from some of the people that have been so kind to this channel and so kind to me. And I thank you all. And if you have any questions, put them at the bottom and I'll answer them. Be seeing ya.